Come on, Hero, we'll drop you off.
No thanks, Starsky. I want to enjoy that light, airy walking on the pavement feel.
In the early 1970s, the casting process for the groundbreaking TV series Starsky and Hutch brought together Paul Michael Glaser as Detective David Starsky and David Soul as Detective Kenneth Hutch Hutchinson. The show's producers, Aaron Spelling and Leonard Goldberg, sought to create a fresh and dynamic duo in the police drama genre. The initial challenge was to find two actors who could bring the right chemistry and balance to the lead roles. After numerous auditions, Glaser and Soul stood out for their strong acting skills and the palpable connection between them. Their shared commitment to making the partnership work on screen was evident from the start. During the casting process, the chemistry test between Glaser and Soul proved to be pivotal. The two actors were tasked with improvising scenes and getting to know each other better. This allowed the producers to observe their natural interaction and determine if they could successfully portray the titular characters. The test went so well that Glaser and Soul were cast as Starsky and Hutch, respectively. Paul Michael Glaser, a Juilliard-trained actor, brought intensity and determination to the role of Detective Starsky. His background in theater helped him deliver a nuanced performance that captured the character's passion and resilience. David Soul, on the other hand, was no stranger to the small screen, having already appeared in various TV shows and films. As Detective Hutch, he showcased his ability to balance toughness with sensitivity, creating a well-rounded and relatable character. In addition to Glaser and Soul, the casting of Starsky and Hutch included other notable actors such as Antonio Fargas as Huggy Bear, a street-smart informant, and Bernie Hamilton as Captain Harold Dobey, the duo's no-nonsense supervisor. These actors contributed to the show's rich tapestry of characters and further solidified the series' enduring popularity. Overall, the casting process for Starsky and Hutch focused on finding two talented leads with undeniable chemistry, as well as supporting actors who could bring depth and authenticity to their roles. The result was a captivating and enduring series that resonated with audiences and left a lasting impact on television history.
That the Marines are slightly unavailing. Oh, however, I do think that I have something that might be a close approximation.
The directors of the 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch, including Michael Vejar and George Stanford Brown, brought their unique visions to create the iconic show. Vejar, known for his work on shows like Babylon 5, approached Starsky and Hutch with a gritty, realistic style. He often used handheld cameras and practical locations to immerse viewers in the story. Brown, an accomplished actor himself, collaborated closely with the cast to ensure authentic performances. Both directors were influenced by the cinema verite style, which emphasizes naturalism and realism. They also drew inspiration from 1970s American culture, incorporating elements of street crime, political unrest, and social change into the series. Their collective vision resulted in a show that not only reflected the times, but also pushed the boundaries of television storytelling. The directors' creative partnership extended beyond the set. They worked closely with the show's writers to develop the characters and plot lines, ensuring that the visual style matched the narrative tone. They also collaborated with the crew, fostering an environment of creativity and innovation. This collaborative spirit is evident in the show's iconic car chases, which were meticulously planned and executed, often requiring weeks of preparation. In summary, the directors of Starsky and Hutch brought a unique blend of realism, naturalism, and social commentary to the series. Their vision, influenced by 1970s culture and cinema verite, resulted in a groundbreaking show that continues to resonate today.
Executions. You're talking about the original Centurion.
Captain, I'm talking about Starsky's life.
Starsky and Hutch is a classic 1975 TV series about two detective partners, Starsky and Hutch, who fight crime in Bay City. The show is known for its action-packed scenes, catchy theme song, and the unique chemistry between the two main characters. One memorable moment from the series is the iconic car chase scene with Starsky driving the red and white Ford Gran Torino with the signature white stripe. This scene has left a lasting impact on viewers and is often remembered fondly. There are also many fascinating facts about the series. For instance, did you know that the actors who played Starsky and Hutch, Paul Michael Glaser and David Soul, were not the first choices for their roles? In addition, the show's theme song was performed by a band called the Pointer Sisters, who were not the original choice either. We want to hear from you. What's your most cherished memory or personal experience related to Starsky and Hutch? Share your stories and memories in the comments below. So, stay tuned for more funny, shocking, and sad facts about Starsky and Hutch. You won't want to miss it.
Let me come home with you tonight.
You gotta be kidding.
Okay.
The production of the 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch involved several elements, including set design, locations, and logistical challenges. The set design team created a distinctive look for the show with its iconic red Ford Gran Torino and the gritty urban backdrop of Bay City, a fictional location. The team built a few sets, such as Starsky and Hutch's apartment and the police station's interiors, while filming most scenes on location. Filming on location presented logistical challenges, such as managing traffic, obtaining permits, and coordinating with local authorities. Since the show required a realistic and immersive setting, the production team often filmed in actual neighborhoods, industrial areas, and downtown streets. This approach added authenticity, but also increased the complexity of the shoots. One innovative technique employed during production was the use of live sound recording. Instead of dubbing dialogue in post-production, the crew captured the actors' voices on set. This method allowed for more natural and spontaneous performances, contributing to the show's distinctive style and energy. The series also made use of innovative camera work, including the use of handheld cameras and point-of-view shots. These techniques helped create a sense of urgency and immediacy, further enhancing the show's gritty, realistic atmosphere. In summary, the production of Starsky and Hutch combined creative set design, on-location filming, live sound recording, and innovative camera work to create a groundbreaking and influential TV series.
Freedom is right.
Revisiting an old classic, Starsky and Hutch was a popular TV show that first aired in 1975, and watching its archived episodes on Hulu has been a delightful experience. The first 4 episodes of the first season were written by Michael Mann, who later created Miami Vice. The show's success can be attributed to its good plots, memorable characters, and distinctive style. The main characters, Starsky and Hutch, were known for their unique fashion choices. Starsky wore a leather jacket that was reminiscent of a World War II fighter pilot's jacket, while Hutch favored plaid shirts and khaki pants. They both carried 6-shooter revolvers in shoulder holsters and drove 2 iconic cars, a Ford Gran Torino and a Chevrolet Camaro. Fans of the show will also remember their snitch, Huggy Bear, who was often depicted as a pimp, but was ultimately harmless. The show's soundtrack, composed by Lalo Schifrin, was just as memorable as its characters. It featured a funky, upbeat theme that perfectly captured the show's spirit. The episodes also featured a variety of fine character actors who played both good guys and bad guys. Watching Starsky and Hutch today is like taking a trip down memory lane. The show's dramatic, sometimes comedic take on police work is a refreshing change from the often grim and gritty cop shows of today. While there have been a few remakes and spin-offs over the years, nothing can quite compare to the original. In conclusion, Starsky and Hutch is a classic TV show that has stood the test of time. Its unique characters, memorable music, and engaging plots have made it a favorite among viewers for decades. Whether you're a fan of classic TV or just looking for something entertaining to watch, Starsky and Hutch is definitely worth checking out.
Is looking for a green Chevrolet 1973 with Ohio license plates. The men in the car are Wilbur Sloan and Greg.
The creation of the Starsky and Hutch score and soundtrack was a collaborative effort between composer Lalo Schifrin and musicians Tom Scott and Paul Humphrey. The music they created was essential to setting the tone of the show, which was a blend of drama, action, and comedy. Lalo Schifrin, an accomplished composer known for his work on Mission Impossible, brought his jazz background to the score. He incorporated fast-paced, energetic themes that complemented the fast-paced car chases and action scenes in the show. The use of brass and percussion created a sense of urgency and excitement, while the saxophone solos by Tom Scott added a touch of coolness and sophistication. Paul Humphrey, a session drummer who had worked with artists such as Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder, provided the driving rhythms that powered the soundtrack. The use of funk and R&B elements gave the show a contemporary feel and helped to attract a younger audience. The soundtrack also featured popular songs from the 1970s, which were used to great effect in the show's opening credits and in various scenes throughout the series. These songs helped to set the emotional tone of the show, whether it be a sense of excitement, tension, or romance. The music of Starsky and Hutch was not only essential to the show's success, but it also had a lasting impact on popular culture. The score and soundtrack have been praised for their innovative blending of different musical styles and for their ability to complement the narrative and emotional tone of the show. The music remains a beloved part of the show's legacy and continues to be enjoyed by fans today. In summary, the creation of the Starsky and Hutch score and soundtrack was a collaboration between composer Lalo Schifrin, musicians Tom Scott and Paul Humphrey, and popular artists of the 1970s. The use of jazz, funk, and R&B elements, as well as popular songs, helped to set the tone of the show and create a lasting impact on popular culture.
Both eyes.
Yeah, that is rough.
Rough. Yeah.
In the second season of Starsky and Hutch, French viewers heard the opening credits sung in their native language by Lionel Leroy. The show has connections to the classic tale Cyrano de Bergerac and the Three Musketeers. José Ferrer, who played Cyrano in a film adaptation, also played the Musketeer Athos in The Fifth Musketeer. Interestingly, Ferrer shares this Athos role with Gérard Depardieu, who played the part in Milady and the Three Musketeers, and with Depardieu's son, Guillaume, who also played Athos in a different adaptation. Paul Picerni, a co-star in House of Wax, shared his experiences working on the film in the book I Was a Monster Movie Maker by Tom Weaver. These interesting ties to other works and stars add depth to the history of Starsky and Hutch, making it not just a popular TV series, but also a part of a broader web of cinema and thespian connections.
For the last pickup, or there'll be no pickup. In the truck.
Tom?
One of the most iconic scenes in the 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch is the car chase in the pilot episode, where the detectives pursue a group of drug smugglers in their iconic red and white Ford Gran Torino. The scene showcases the impressive car handling, fast-paced editing, and the chemistry between the two leads, Paul Michael Glaser and David Soul. Glaser, who played Detective Starsky, recalled the scene as one of the most exciting and challenging to film. He said, "The car chase was a massive undertaking, but it was also a lot of fun. We had a great stunt team, and the adrenaline was pumping the entire time." The scene's direction and cinematography were also noteworthy. Director Michael Veggiari used a variety of camera angles and techniques to capture the high-speed action, including mounting a camera on the car's hood to capture the road ahead. The editing was also fast-paced and intense, with quick cuts between the pursuing and fleeing vehicles. Another iconic scene is the final confrontation between Starsky and the drug kingpin in the Season 1 finale, Snowstorm. The scene takes place in a warehouse filled with cocaine, and the tension is palpable as Starsky tries to outsmart the drug lord and his henchmen. Glaser's performance is particularly impressive, as he conveys a sense of determination and grit that makes the scene all the more intense. Director William would use a combination of close-ups and wide shots to build the tension in the scene, and the use of shadows and darkness added to the overall sense of unease. The cinematography and editing were also top-notch, with the camera work and pacing creating a sense of urgency and danger. These iconic scenes have had a lasting impact on audiences and have helped to establish Starsky and Hutch as a classic TV series. The combination of impressive direction, performances, and cinematography have created moments that are not only exciting and entertaining, but also memorable and enduring.
I'm not gonna forget. Next time I won't miss.
Sure.
Paul Michael Glaser, who played Starsky, is an avid swimmer and jogger, keeping himself fit and active. On the other hand, Ken Kercheval, known for his role as Hutch's partner, had a passion for early American glassware, regional art from the 1930s, and classic Packard automobiles. Suzanne Summers, who appeared in a few episodes, takes pride in her English and Irish ancestry. Although these characters had different interests and backgrounds, they all contributed to the success of the popular 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch. The show's enduring appeal is a testament to the strength of its cast and their individual talents.
My partner's been shot at.
Starsky and Hutch, a 1975 TV series, made a significant cultural and social impact. The show's unique portrayal of friendship between two detectives resonated with audiences, offering a fresh take on police procedurals. It also showcased the gritty, real-life issues of the 1970s, such as drug abuse and crime, which made it relatable to viewers. The series influenced pop culture in various ways. Its distinctive fashion, including the iconic red Ford Gran Torino, and the character's casual, laid-back style, became popular trends. The catchy theme song by James Taylor also gained widespread recognition. Moreover, Starsky and Hutch contributed to discussions on relevant social themes. It tackled issues like corruption, racial tension, and the challenges faced by law enforcement. The show's diverse casting, with Paul Michael Glaser as Detective David Starsky and Antonio Fargas as informant Huggy Bear, challenged stereotypes and promoted inclusivity. In essence, Starsky and Hutch left a lasting impact on television and society, addressing significant social issues while providing entertaining and engaging content. Paul Michael Glaser, who played Starsky, had some striking parallels with his character. His first wife, Elizabeth, bore a striking resemblance to Tracy Brooks Swope, the actress who played Rosie, Starsky's love interest in I Love You, Rosie Malone. Interestingly, Glaser's second wife also shared the same name as Swope Tracy. Jose Ferrer, who played Huggy Bear's uncle, was not only a talented pianist in his childhood, but also maintained a lifelong passion for music. He even performed as an opera singer at the Brooklyn Academy of Music and the Beverly Hills Opera in later years. The address of Starsky's home is revealed to be 2000 Ridgeway Ave in D.C., in the episode Starsky and Hutch Running. This detail adds a layer of realism to the show, making the characters and their world more relatable to the audience.
This morning.
Harry Johnson is dead?
Question is when.
Starsky and Hutch, the 1975 TV series, received mixed reviews from critics, but was generally well received by audiences. The show was praised for its gritty, realistic portrayal of police work and the chemistry between the two lead actors, Paul Michael Glaser and David Soul. However, some critics criticized the show for its violence and perceived lack of substance. The series was nominated for several awards during its run, including 3 Primetime Emmy Awards and 2 Golden Globe Awards. It won a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievement in Film Sound Editing for a series in 1977. These accolades are a testament to the hard work and dedication of the cast and crew, and they helped to establish Starsky and Hutch as a popular and enduring television series. The awards and nominations also helped to boost the careers of the show's lead actors, Paul Michael Glaser and David Soul. The success of the series allowed them to gain more recognition and opportunities in the entertainment industry. Overall, the critical reception and awards for Starsky and Hutch reflect the show's impact on television and its enduring popularity among audiences. Despite the mixed reviews from critics, the series remains a classic of 1970s television and a beloved piece of pop culture.
Now, don't you? Come on, we got to be cool, bruh.
Paul Michael Glaser, who played Starsky, initially disliked the series and tried to leave his contract. However, he changed his mind when given more control over the script, violence level, and the chance to direct. He also received a salary raise. Richard Ward, who played Dobey in the pilot episode, was replaced by Bernard Hamilton. After Starsky and Hutch, Hamilton focused on running a nightclub art gallery and established a record label. He even released a gospel music album. Neither Starsky nor Hutch have a California accent, making it challenging for foreign fans with English as a second language to understand them. Bernard Hamilton, who played Dobey, left acting in the early 1980s to concentrate on running a nightclub art gallery and established a record label. Paul Michael Glaser, who played Starsky, initially disliked the series but stayed after being given more control and a salary raise. The show's lack of a California accent makes it challenging for foreign fans to understand.
Just found it. Let's get out of here. Come on.
What happened?
Starsky. You or someone?
The making of the 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch was filled with exciting moments and challenges that brought the cast and crew closer together. One of the most memorable moments was during the filming of the car chase scenes. Paul Michael Glaser, who played Detective Dave Starsky, and David Soul, who played Detective Ken Hutchinson, became quite skilled at performing their own stunts. However, there was one particular stunt that almost went wrong. During a high-speed chase, Glaser and Soul were supposed to drive their iconic red Ford Gran Torino through a pre-dug trench in the road. Unfortunately, the trench was not deep enough, and the car ended up flying through the air, landing on its side. Thankfully, both actors were unharmed, and the incident became a humorous anecdote they would share with the crew and fans. Another interesting behind-the-scenes story involves the creation of the show's theme song. Composer Lalo Schifrin was initially hired to write the theme, but his version didn't quite capture the essence of the series. It was eventually replaced by the now iconic theme composed by Tom Scott and sung by David Soul. The new theme became a massive hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1976. Lastly, the friendship between Glaser and Soul extended beyond the screen. They often spent time together off set, and their camaraderie was evident in their on-screen chemistry. However, their relationship became strained during the show's 3rd season due to creative differences and Soul's growing disillusionment with the series. Despite this, they eventually reconciled and remained friends even after the show ended. These anecdotes offer a glimpse into the experiences of the cast and crew during the production of Starsky and Hutch, showcasing the challenges they faced, the friendships they formed, and the unforgettable moments they shared.
You still don't remember me.
You do look...
In Starsky and Hutch, Detective Hutchinson resides in a neighborhood that seems to be a slice of France in Los Angeles. A French bistro and a restaurant named Chez Helen are his neighbors on Venice Place. Interestingly, David Soul, who played Hutch, later moved to France and was warmly welcomed by fans there. Jose Ferrer, who guest starred in the series, has a family with a notable presence in science fiction. Ferrer himself portrayed Emperor Shaddam IV in Dune, while his son, Miguel, appeared in Star Trek III: The Search for Spock and RoboCop. Younger son Raphael did voiceover work for Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic and its sequel. David Soul's father, Dr. Richard Solberg, held a significant position as a religious affairs advisor in Berlin after World War II. His role included administering relief to refugees and helping to reunite displaced families. These experiences deeply impacted David during his formative years. Starsky and Hutch, the 1975 TV series, holds a significant place in film history. It's known for its innovative storytelling and unique approach to police procedural dramas. The show's distinctive style, characterized by its gritty realism and intense action, influenced many future filmmakers. The series is particularly notable for its groundbreaking depiction of police work. It moved away from the sanitized image of law enforcement prevalent in earlier shows, instead presenting a more realistic and complex view of police work. This shift in perspective resonated with audiences and paved the way for more nuanced portrayals of law enforcement in subsequent TV shows and films. Starsky and Hutch also had a notable impact on popular culture. The show's iconic characters, memorable dialogue, and distinctive visual style have been enduringly influential. It inspired a range of subsequent works, from TV spin-offs and films to video games and merchandise. The 2004 film adaptation, starring Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, is a testament to the enduring appeal of the original series. In addition, Starsky and Hutch is credited with popularizing the buddy cop genre. The dynamic between the two main characters, characterized by their contrasting personalities and strong bond, has been replicated in numerous films and TV shows. The series' focus on camaraderie and teamwork in the face of adversity has struck a chord with audiences and continues to inspire filmmakers today. Overall, Starsky and Hutch's legacy and influence are evident in the many ways it has shaped film history and popular culture. Its innovative storytelling, groundbreaking depiction of police work, and enduring characters have left a lasting mark on the industry.
Back on the East Coast, very happy.
Yeah.
I assume that these little beauties come with what you call your...
In the 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch, there are several noteworthy facts. Alex Rocco, who played Huggy Bear, had adopted his wife Sandy Garrett's son, Mark, in 1966, who later became known as Mark Rocco. Suzanne Summers, one of the show's guest stars, had a special affinity for the episode titled Handcuffed, in which her character, Chrissy, was handcuffed to Jack. Lastly, the full name of the beloved character Huggy Bear is Huggy Bear Brown.
That the whole shooting match?
That's a whole ball of wax.
David Soul, one of the main actors in Starsky and Hutch, is a father of 6 children, including a daughter named China Soul. Another actor, Alex Rocco, who appeared in the series, is the stepfather of Kelly Williams and Sean Doyle. Suzanne Summers, who starred in the show Three's Company during the same period, studied Marilyn Monroe's poses from her movies and copied them for her own media photos. These interesting facts offer a glimpse into the personal lives and careers of the actors who brought the 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch to life.
Now, with Dobey trying to reopen that investigation, things get pretty hot for Woodfield, right?
But if you wanted to kill Dobey, what better way than to bust a crazy like Moon out of prison?
Jose Ferrer, known for his role in Starsky and Hutch, had a notable connection to the character Cyrano de Bergerac, having played him on television in an animated special the year before. He and his wife, Uta Hagen, had a daughter named Letitia Thayer Ferrer, with the name Letitia representing happiness, and Thayer being Uta's mother's name. Jean-Pierre Aumont, another Starsky and Hutch actor, had an interesting ancestry, being of Dutch Jewish and French Jewish descent. He was also related to Dutch actor Mitchell Huisman and American filmmaker Christopher Guest through their common ancestors. These connections show that the cast of Starsky and Hutch had diverse and fascinating backgrounds.
Which was?
Running a concentration camp.
Couldn't have been as bad as all that.
Jose Ferrer was an accomplished actor, best known for his portrayal of Cyrano de Bergerac. He first played the role on stage in 1946, in 1953, and later on film in 1950, for which he won an Oscar. Ferrer also played Cyrano on live television in 1949 and 1955, and in the French film Cyrano et d'Artagnan in 1964. His performances eclipsed all other American actors who played the role, including Walter Hampton and Richard Chamberlain. Jean-Pierre Aumont, another actor in the series, had a passion for music and literature. He owned a large collection of popular and classical records and a vast library filled with books of poetry and the works of Charles Dickens. Alex Rocco, who also starred in the series, was married to Sandy E. Rocco, a former professional square dancer and nightclub performer. Sandy later became a screenwriter before passing away in 22 after a 4-year battle with cancer.
Hey, that's okay. A little sequence. I'll tell you what, I'll throw in a sequence mask. Okay, I think he needs a little more practice.
Jean-Pierre Aumont, a well-known figure in the film industry, was not only the brother of Francois Villiers and father of Tina Aumont, but also made an appearance in the 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch. In the show, he played the role of a man named Tony. The Colt Python 357 Magnum revolver used by Detective Hutch in Starsky and Hutch is noteworthy because it is the same pistol carried by David Soul, who played Officer John Davis in the movie Magnum Force. In addition to its appearance in the show, the Ford Gran Torino used by the main characters also gained popularity. In fact, Ford Motor Company marketed around 1,000 special edition Gran Torino hardtops during the 1976 model year with the Starsky and Hutch paint job. The Torino was redesigned for 1977 as the Limited Roman II, with the station wagon being the only sole survivor. Overall, Starsky and Hutch had a significant impact on popular culture, with both its characters and the props used in the show becoming iconic in their own right.
Not a chance, Johnny. They were given to us with a big pink ribbon. When Matt
Suzanne Summers, known for her role in Starsky and Hutch, is the daughter of Marion Mahoney and Frank Mahoney. Before acting, she pursued a career in the entertainment industry. Ken Kercheval, another Starsky and Hutch actor, studied music and drama at Indiana University and the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California. He further honed his acting skills at the Neighborhood Playhouse in New York. In the French version of Starsky and Hutch, Huggy Bear is referred to as Huggy Les Bons Tiox, which translates to Huggy Good Tips. This nickname highlights his character's role as an informant. José Fer, known for his title role in Cyrano de Bergerac and Athos in The Fifth Musketeer, shares a unique connection with Gérard Depardieu. Both played Cyrano, and Depardieu later took on the roles of Porthos and Don Vito Corleone, for which Ferrer was nominated. Paul Michael Glaser, known for his role in Starsky and Hutch, had friendships with both David Soul and Gordon Joan. The camaraderie between these actors adds depth to their on-screen performances. In Cyrano de Bergerac, Ferrer and Depardieu were both nominated for Best Actor, joining the ranks of other notable acting pairs such as Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro and John Wayne and Jeff Bridges.
Gonna need it if they're friends of his.
How dare you, Mr.
Paul Michael Glaser, who played Starsky in the series, experienced a personal tragedy when his daughter, Ariel, passed away from complications related to AIDS in 1988. She had contracted HIV through breast milk from her mother, who had unknowingly been infected via a blood transfusion. Glaser's second child, Jake, was also born with HIV, but he remains alive and in reasonably good health as of 2010. In the series finale, Jillian, Hutch discloses that he hails from Minnesota. This revelation added a layer to Hutch's character, providing viewers with a better understanding of his background. David Soul, who portrayed Hutch, had a successful music career during his time on Starsky and Hutch. He recorded the #1 hit single, Don't Give Up on Us, during the show's run, showcasing his diverse talents. In the 5th season of Three's Company, Suzanne Summers, who played Chrissy Snow, requested a significant raise to $150,000 per episode and a 10% ownership stake in the show. After her demands were not met, she was given reduced screen time and eventually fired. Summers sued ABC for $2 million, but settled for around $30,000. Paul Burke, known for his role in Starsky and Hutch, was survived by his 3 children from his first marriage. José Fer, who also appeared in Starsky and Hutch, is one of 13 actors to receive an Academy Award nomination for portraying a real-life king. The other actors who share this distinction include Charles Laughton, Robert Morley, Basil Rathbone, Laurence Olivier, Yul Brynner, John Gielgud, Peter O'Toole, Robert Shaw, Richard Burton, Kenneth Branagh, Nigel Hawthorne, and Colin Firth.
Under the bar near the cash register. But I don't know if it's going to do any good. He hasn't used it in years. He hasn't cleaned it in years.
In the 1970s hit series Starsky and Hutch, actor Paul Michael Glaser's real life began to eerily mirror his character Dave Starsky's. Glaser married Tracy Barani, a woman whose name rhymes with Starsky's love interest in I Love You, Rosie Malone. Coincidentally, the series was not set in the fictional Bay City, but in Los Angeles, contrary to popular belief. In an interesting turn of events, the originally cast white actor for the role of Captain Harold Dobey was replaced by Bernie Hamilton, who had previously worked with the show's producers, Aaron Spelling and Leonard Goldberg. Hamilton, who was already in their records, didn't need to audition and secured the part, providing the right chemistry and balance to the show.
Just gonna walk out with you and Huggy. Please don't make a scene.
You wouldn't harm a woman.
Paul Michael Glaser, who plays Starsky, is not only an accomplished actor, but also a talented musician. He enjoys playing the guitar and singing. Bernie Hamilton, who portrays Captain Dobey, had an interesting past. As a teenager, he ran away from home, but later returned to attend Oakland Technical High School. It was there that he discovered his passion for football and acting. In France, the TV series Starsky and Hutch gained popularity due to its unique dubbing. The French version featured a lot of ad-libbing, humorous colloquialisms, and phrases that were unrelated to the original American version. This gave the show a comic element, making the characters even more endearing to the French audience. Despite the impressive talent of the French dubbing actors, the French people are largely unaware of their contribution. Instead, they recognize and appreciate the American actors, including Glaser and Hamilton. This unique approach to dubbing also contributed to the success of other American shows and movies in France, such as The Persuaders and Jerry Lewis films.
Gretchen, do they ever have guest instructors at the university?
After his role in Starsky and Hutch, David Soul pursued a career in theater, appearing in the London West End revival of Mac and Mabel in 2006. Co-star Paul Michael Glaser was thought to resemble the late actor Paul Mooney, so much so that the writers and producers wrote it into a show where Starsky's mother calls him the Paul Mooney type. Additionally, there is an unaired episode titled Honey Trap that features Donna Mills as Kathy, a woman who lures single men and whose jealous husband shoots them dead. This episode remains missing from the series. Suzanne Somers, in her autobiography, revealed that she promised her agent, Jay Bernstein, all of her earnings from Three's Company in exchange for securing her guest appearances on various shows. This strategy helped her gain exposure and boost her career. Jose Ferrer was a notable figure in the world of acting, earning a Tony and an Oscar for his role in Cyrano de Bergerac. He was the first choice for the lead in The Lost Weekend, but the studio preferred a matinee idol, causing Ferrer to miss out on the part. However, Ferrer's talent was undeniable, and he later won an Oscar for Cyrano de Bergerac, proving his worth as an actor's actor. Billy Wilder, the director of The Lost Weekend, initially wanted Ferrer for the lead, but the studio disagreed. Wilder eventually cast Raymond, who won an Oscar for his performance. Despite missing out on the role, Ferrer's talent was recognized, and he went on to win an Oscar for Cyrano de Bergerac, proving his worth as a talented actor.
Well, I'd say, young enough to infiltrate.
Got it.
Bernie Hamilton, known for his music production work with R&B and soul albums for 2 decades, took on the role of Captain Dobey in Starsky and Hutch. On the other hand, Jean-Pierre Aumont, who played the Huggy Bear role, had a distinguished military career before becoming an actor. After appearing in The Cross of Lorraine, he joined the Free French Army and fought in Operation Torch during World War II. In contrast to their on-screen characters, the actors' real-life food preferences were quite different. Ken Hutchinson, played by David Soul, was a health food enthusiast, often seen making smoothies with almond milk, wheat germ, and raw honey or eating muesli for breakfast. In contrast, Paul Michael Glaser, who played Dave Starsky, had a taste for junk food, favoring pizza, burgers, and hot dogs.
I'll call the shots.
Not when our lives are concerned.
Look, I don't like the situation here any more than you do.
After the popular 1970s TV series Starsky and Hutch, actor David Soul found success in international film and television markets. He starred in 2 Canadian and French productions and acted in French alongside Annie Girdot and Line Renaud in The Girls of Lido. Soul named one of his sons Brendan after his Irish friend and comedian Brendan Grace. Jose Ferrer, another Starsky and Hutch actor, shares a unique accomplishment with Kenneth Branagh and Christopher Plummer. He played both Iago in Othello and Cyrano de Bergerac in his career. LaWanda Page, known for her role in Starsky and Hutch, had a significant impact in the entertainment industry. Her appearances in RuPaul's Supermodel of the World album and Back to My Roots music video gained her recognition. Page's contribution to the entertainment industry is still celebrated today. Suzanne Somers, another Starsky and Hutch actress, had her own set of accomplishments. Struggling with dyslexia, she developed unique methods to learn dance choreography. In addition, Somers established the Suzanne Somers Institute for the Effects of Addictions on Families and won the Humanitarian Award from the National Council on Alcoholism. The show also had an impact on the personal lives of its actors. Both David Soul and Paul Michael Glaser experienced the life imitates art phenomenon. Years after the show, they found themselves living experiences similar to their characters. This occurrence is commonly known as the law of attraction. In summary, the Starsky and Hutch actors had notable achievements both on and off the screen. LaWanda Page's contributions to the entertainment industry, Suzanne Summers' humanitarian efforts, and the life imitates art phenomenon experienced by David Soul and Paul Michael Glaser all contribute to the show's enduring legacy.
So, good?
Starsky. Starsky.
Jean-Pierre Aumont, a well-known figure in the entertainment industry, was the father-in-law of Christian MacLean. On the other hand, Alex Rocco, an accomplished actor, is a proud father of 3 children: Mark Rocco, a director, Jennifer Rocco, an attorney, and Lucien Rocco, a poet. Moreover, Jennifer Rocco has a son named Anthony Dominic Alessandro. In December 2019, there were plans for a reunion of the cast members of the TV series Starsky and Hutch, which included David Soul. However, the reunion did not push through for unspecified reasons. It would have been an exciting event for the show's fans, as the series left a significant mark in television history. The information about the family ties of Aumont and Rocco, as well as the planned reunion of the Starsky and Hutch cast, provides a glimpse into the personal and professional lives of these notable personalities. It is interesting to note how their paths crossed and how they have contributed to the entertainment industry in their unique ways. Suzanne Summers, known for her role in Three's Company, had a test series of nude photos taken in the early 1970s, which Playboy published years later. This publication led to her termination from Ace Hardware commercials due to the contract's morals clause. David Soul, one of the Starsky and Hutch actors, is fluent in both German and Spanish. The plot of Starsky and Hutch was inspired by the same 2 undercover New York City detectives that inspired the Super Cops. Before her acting career, Summers had auditioned for Playboy's Playmate of the Month and received $3,000 for the test photos, even though they were not published at the time. Soul's linguistic abilities add depth to his character and contribute to the show's authenticity. The creators of Starsky and Hutch drew inspiration from real-life detectives, lending a sense of realism to the series.
Let's get out of here.
Paul Burke is known for stepping into leading roles on television shows, replacing other actors. He took over from James Franciscus on Naked City and Robert Lansing on 12 O'Clock Eye. LaWanda Page, born in Cleveland, Ohio, began her career as a dancer and chorus girl on the club circuit. While performing as a stripper in St. Louis, she was known as the Bronze Goddess of Fire due to her unique tricks with fire. Page played the same character, Aunt Esther Anderson, in 4 different series Sanford, and Son, Sanford Arms, Sanford, and Amazing Stories.
Never saw him before. He the one that stole it? What happened to him? Come on.
If you have memories and experiences related to the 1975 TV series Starsky and Hutch, we'd love to hear from you. The show has had a personal impact on many viewers and influenced their perspective on cinema. By sharing your stories, you can contribute to a larger conversation about this classic series. We encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our page for more explorations of cinematic history. Your engagement helps us create a vibrant community of film enthusiasts. So, whether Starsky and Hutch holds a special place in your heart, or you're simply fascinated by its influence on television and film, we invite you to join the discussion. Let's celebrate the power of storytelling and the enduring appeal of this iconic series together.
Did you ever think about me during the last 7 years?